Hello everyone and welcome back. It's currently 8:30 in the morning and I am, well, heading up the mountains. You could call it a hill, but I call it a mountain, for some photos of some red, yellow leaves. It is really early right now, there is nobody around me basically, and I'm really tired. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's going to be a really good photo. I am pretty sure about that, at least I hope so. And yeah, at least it feels better than last year, because I'm at least not in trousers and at least not sweating like a pig. I kind of will be when I get there though, because I still have a long way to go. I've walked, I think, a little bit more than a quarter, and that's about it. But yeah, hopefully today's going to be good, so let's get going, shall we? So after a bit of walking, we're almost there. It's just one slope downhill, I think, and that's about it. So there are some maple red-ish leaves right behind here, but they're not that good. And plus there is no sun right now. I want a little bit of sunlight, a little bit of help with all the colors, but honestly, with the weather today, it is unlikely, to say the least. Look at this. What sun? It's all clouds and nothing. I mean, I'm hoping there's going to be a bit of sun later because there is a blue sky right behind me, but honestly, hopes are not exactly that high. Hopefully I get something good because the walk up here was not exactly very fun to begin with. Let's keep going. So walking down a little bit, there is a little bit of red leaves right above me, but that's about it. You really can't see the red in the photo or in the video because it's all backlit. It needs a lot of editing, but I honestly don't think it'll be that great of an idea to put my dolls on the ground. Seeing that there's a lot of cars going by and the leaves down here are all, well, pretty dead. They're not exactly red to begin with at all. Yeah, if you can't tell, it's a little bit depressing this year. There is no sunlight. I mean, there's a little bit, clouds right behind, but no exact sun, only very strong lights through the clouds, and that's about it. I don't know what I should do. Maybe I'll do a half body shot with this tree, with this thing, leaves back here as a composition with a 28mm, but that's the best I can do. There is one more photo right up the way I came, but that also is not that great. I might use 70 or 100 to blur out everything and just call it a fancy photo, but that's the best I can do this year. I originally did not really want to come here because I already knew it wasn't gonna be that good and everything was gonna suck just a little bit more than last year. But I decided, well, I don't really have much to do anyway, so why not come here and take a look? Anyways, I'll do a bit of B-roll around here and see what I can do about this shot, and yeah, let's set up. Alright, here's the deal. I took 30 minutes to set up this bloody shot and it's not even that good. Yeah, I'm using that to begin the whole sequence, so don't look forward to this thing. It's not going to be as good as my usual shots. Not saying no one's usually that good anyway, but anyways, this one, it's a bit risky because, as you can see, the tripod is all over the place, including the camera, and I am stepping on leaves, on loose soil. That is going to eventually lead to me slipping down the slope. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Anyway, let's take a look at what I'm using. 15 to 35 at somewhere between 24 and 28. I'm trying to adjust constantly to see what happens, but honestly, wide angle, looking slightly upwards, that's about the best I can do. Horizontal composition, I'm trying to do one of those postcardy wallpaper shots, but that's the best I can think of in this current situation. Now, what's special about this is the fact that I'm using an ND filter and there is flaring going straight into the lens. The ND filter is two pieces of glass in front of a whole hunk of glass, and that's kind of complicating the optical formula, and it's making the flaring a little bit weird. I don't really like it, but there is really no other choice for me, and this is the only option so far. Now, with all that being said, F2.8 is not an option. F4 should be pretty alright, but F2.8 is a bit too much because I do want to see some of the red leaves in the background, despite there not being really honestly that much. Yeah, and a lot of stacking, so I assume that's going to be at least 4 layers for the body and the background and 1 more layer just for the face, because as you can see, there's a lot of flaring, a lot of sunlight in the background, and I want to see the blue sky. Even if I don't see the blue sky, I want to see the yellowish greenish leaves, and I want all that detail, so I don't have a choice but to use an ND filter and stack like hell. Might even go up to 5 layers, but I'm not too sure. I have to see what I actually get up with the sun, because it's rising pretty quickly right now and I don't really have that much of a choice, and I really need to speed up this workflow. One flash over here, one flash on my hand. I'm going to see maybe around here or here or here or so, seeing what happens, but I don't know if it'll cause some issues on, what should I say? I don't know if it's going to cause some issues with, say, flashing it when on a very low output or high output, because it's going to cause some very harsh shadows and it's not going to look very good. There's really not much of a choice here, so I'm using one LED on top to basically push the eyes light, pushing some reflection, and hopefully it doesn't look too weird. Anyway, enough rambling and let's take a look at the shot. I think it's about all right. Certainly not the best work, but certainly not really that bad. It's actually not that great compared to what I did last year, which is right up here. It's a way better shot because I could actually put it on the ground because there was a lot more red leaves, and this year there isn't. I mean, I could Photoshop it, but I really am not a fan of doing so. Anyway, I am freezing my nuts off and I need to go up there maybe 20 meters or so for the second one. So I need to pack up all of it and let's go. Here's the deal. You can probably see how messy my hair is and determine, well, the wind is absolutely bloody ridiculous. I am not going to pull out my second doll and just sit there, both being absolutely chilling and freezing my nuts off and also cursing everything out because the hair is going to move everywhere. And plus the second one is a twin tail one, which means that the hair is not exactly very gelled down, meaning the situation is going to be even worse. So no, I don't think I'll be getting this photo at all. I mean, I'll be honest, I did say earlier in the video, I did not think I was going to come here again, but you know, not saying that I was right, but I'm just saying, now that I have access to all of Shenzhen and access to all those places, I know there are places with red, yellowish leaves up there, which look way better than this, and also probably easier to shoot as well. So no, because of all the reasons listed above, all that, I'm not going to shoot this place. I'm done with it, just one photo and that's it. It's not a very good one of that either. So I am going to head downwards, probably back to the city and see if I can revisit one of the places in the previous video, which is this one. So go watch this one right after the video, and I don't think I have anything else to say. I don't know why I'm prolonging this, so let's go. After a bit of travel and some food, I have finally arrived at the second destination for today. This is Aviary Pagoda. What a fancy name for something that's located in the middle of an absolute shitty park. This is one of those places that you keep birds in. You see that cage? Yeah, they put birds in there, but that's not what I'm after. What I'm after is the tower portion of the place. So you see that? It kind of looks like shit from the outside, but let me assure you it's all right, it's not bad. But I am not sure whether I can actually get the photo later inside because it is extremely experimental. You will understand what I mean later when I actually try and set up the shot. The place is actually closed right now, so I just need to wait for a few more minutes and go in and pretty much scout out the place, see if I can actually work it out. And if it does, I'll have to change out the doll and set up everything, and I'll meet you over there later, okay? Hopefully everything goes right. I mean, it's indoors, so no wind, which is the biggest problem for today, so hopefully it will go okay. Let's go. So this was the experimental shot I was talking about earlier in the video, and I hope everyone understands how balls to the walls this is, because it is so difficult to try and compose in this kind of situation that I honestly did not think this would actually work out. It's kind of doing its job, but I am not exactly very confident. And as you can hear, there are a lot of background noises in this absolutely bloody horrible place that I was having trouble concentrating the setup. Hopefully you can actually hear me through the chains, and hopefully nothing gets through. I will turn on noise cancelling for the time being, and let's take a look at this absolutely bloody horrible setup. Now, I am pointing my camera almost 90 degrees upwards. It's close to that, and it's not that stable because this ball head is not the best thing ever. Yes, it's expensive, but that doesn't mean it's stable with such an extreme angle. 15 to 35 at a little bit around 19, 18 millimeter. I haven't shot past 20 in a long time. Ever since I got this lens, I think. Yeah, it's okay. I'm basically relying on electric, digital correction, distortion correction thing. Yes, that word. to basically pan out the shot because I don't think this lens is that good. So F4.0 it is. Yes, I know it doesn't quite hit the spot. I want F2.8, but at this kind of range, the dark corners are gonna get horrible. So I think that's gonna work out perfectly fine. Now, vertical composition. I really wanted to use horizontal for a wallpaper. However, this doesn't quite work out that way. With vertical, the legs kind of blend into the photo, kind of pull you in instead of being a subject in just the photo itself. So the whole body itself, this whole thing, is the composition. It is blended into the whole tower for the composition. It's not just a subject within one photo. That's why I said it's so experimental that I don't know if it would even work. So I think the pose and the focal length and the orientation kind of goes hand in hand. Time to talk the lights. One flash right underneath it all, not behind, underneath, right here. Now, this is for lighting up everything at the bottom because it's so dark in here. I don't know if you can tell because it's quite well lit right now, but sometimes these lights kind of turn off and everything up there is wholly bright. Down here, quite dark, quite horrible. I was actually having a bit of trouble trying to not knock my things over, being an absolute fumbling idiot. So it is quite bad. Now, one more flash over there. That's for the environmental lighting for this side because for some reason it's quite dark over here, despite the lights being there. I don't know why, so I'll just put that there to fix the problem. Now, two lights. One light I'll be, say, holding around here or so. One more light at bottom, just resting on my backpack, as a light source for both sides of the face. This is mainly just for the face and for the eyes, and hopefully it works out fine because it's not exactly that easy to light up in this kind of situation. As you can see, white light, yellow light, white light, yellow light. It's bad, and there's mold in these lights, meaning that there's a green tone, a green shift in all the things. And speaking of the devil, these lights just turned off. I'll have to activate them by motion control just by walking up the stairs a little bit. So I think it'll work out perfectly fine. At least I hope so. I don't really have that much time before this thing completely fails on me again because I am not exactly that confident. Hopefully it doesn't fall when I'm actually taking the photo. So without further ado, let's take a look at the shot. I honestly have no idea whether the shot is that good or not because it's experimental, so difficult, and it's still one of the shots that I wanted to get 2 years ago. I'll show the photos from the two previous attempts here, both at the same time. They're not that great, but you could tell I was trying to go for this kind of composition even with that kind of level shot instead of shooting completely upwards. Hopefully it's okay, and hopefully I like it as much as for me to use it as a phone wallpaper. So without further ado, let's get the hell out of here. I'll be honest with you, today's video is really not that great because the first part of the video I was so tired that I really couldn't think straight, and there were a lot of jump cuts and editing, and I'm pretty sure that was absolutely horrible. In the middle, well, it was just so windy that I really couldn't do anything, and I couldn't really do the shot at all, so I gave that up. And now the shot is so experimental that I don't really even know whether it will be good or not, because the best I can do is look at the rear of the camera and determine whether the shot is at least acceptable. And so far, I think, at least for this one, so far so good. So, what have I learned today? Don't be too tired when you're doing all these videos because these take a lot of time to make. And today's video, although it being pretty short, I hope you understand there is a lot of effort going into this one bloody horrible video. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this absolutely horrible video to the very end. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this garbage. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Lemon out.